Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Top 10 Tuesday. I'm here with Michael as always, and we're sticking with our new system of 2023. We're going to spin the wheel. We have 3 minutes to do what we got to do to come up with a list. And Michael, I think I won the last. I don't think I'm undefeated in 2023, just to let you know how that's going for you. You jumped off to an early lead in the vote last week, and then I kind of pulled through. The wise guys picked up the pace and took the victory. How do you feel about that?
I feel like since you have access to the account and can see, what the pool is, you need a screenshot when it's over because you could just be making that up. And I
I
believe
can
you.
I can pull up
I
the
believe
archive.
you.
No, I'm pulling up the archive right now
Yeah, pull up
because
the
I
archive
can. Because I can.
because I don't know. It
Archive.
sounds like you kind of just made up that you won. So
Okay. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
I mean, I don't. I mean,
Oh,
I was
January 18th. Wyatt 54%, Michael
okay.
46%.
Okay, so it was close. All right.
Oh, wait. We should check the other one, just in
No,
case.
the week before, I for sure lost. I know that for a fact.
The blue things,
Yes.
Michael, you won.
I mean, I won. I know that for a fact.
Wow, 53 to 4. Yeah, you won 53 to 47.
So it's 1-1.
It is 1-1. This is for all the marbles for the first 3 weeks. We're split. So as always, make sure to go vote and it'll at the end of the episode and like and subscribe and all that stuff and comment as soon as this wheel hits a topic. I want everyone listening right now to comment the first thing that comes to their mind out of that list, and you'll
No,
see.
no. Comment the second thing that comes to your mind.
Okay, comment the second thing that
Yeah.
comes to your mind. Skip that first one, and then we're gonna see if either of us come up with it, because that's how time works. We'll figure it out later. But all right, Michael. Without further ado, it's time to
Spin
spin that
that wheel.
wheel.
Yeah.
I kind of want remedies. Oh, give it to me. Stop. Okay,
States. Okay.
I can
Honestly,
work
it's
with that. I
simple.
like this. I like
I
this
don't I
one.
don't I don't have to look it up. I don't have to look it up.
I don't think I have to either. All right.
All right.
As soon as you unshare that screen, I will start the clock. Also, shout out to our new producer for this show, Lizzie. She's been on the show before. She's now going to be producing this show, aka hopefully she can do a better job of keeping track of stuff, potentially helping with topics, editing the videos, all that stuff behind the scenes to figure out who goes first, keeping track of stats for the polls, which could be big. So all that good stuff. Shout out to Lizzie. Bada bing, bada boom. Let's get into it. Let's flip. Okay. Am I covering X or Po on this marker?
What?
Am I
You
covering X or Po on this Expo marker? I'm
you're for
covering one.
sure you're for sure covering by you're Xing X.
I am Xing X. You can decide who goes first.
I will go second.
All right. My number 10 state. I'm gonna go with I think it's the dumbest one on my list. It's very important, but I don't like the fact that you can't see it and it bothers me. So I'm going with the state of gas,
Okay.
number 10.
Yeah. Okay.
You can't see it and it pisses me off. If we could see gas like slightly, it had like a little hint and you could see different colored gases, maybe I'd put it higher. But what you can't see, I can't put high on my list.
I knew you were gonna go, with the extraordinary play on words with the states, not going with the typical American states, and I like it. I might have a few on my list as well, but gas, out of the types of states with gas, liquid, solid, it's the worst of the
It's the
three.
worst. Yeah.
So I hope that there are two on your list. That's all I'm gonna say. Um, but yeah, so my number 10 for the most of mine, I'm doing the U.S. state route. My number 10 is Tennessee. No pun intended with Tennessee at number 10. But Tennessee, you got some great colleges. You got Vanderbilt, Belmont, Knoxville. Knoxville's a great city. I've been in Knoxville. Really great football environment, basketball environment as well. But Nashville obviously is a staple of the Midwest in terms of party city. Some people call it Nash Vegas. A lot of bachelor parties for Midwestern people are in Nashville. It's a fun city, fun state. Just the whole idea of a state being called like Rocky Top. It's a funny song. Tennessee Whiskey is a big song too, I believe. I listen to it. I don't even like country, but it's a catchy song. So Tennessee,
Uh,
good whiskey, and good
I like
steak.
it.
Mountains too. There's mountains there, which is
Yeah,
cool.
shout out to Gatlinburg, Tennessee. Great place.
Gatlinburg, yeah,
I
Gatlin,
love
yeah,
Gatlinburg. Great
yeah.
time. All right, good pick. Not on my list, but good pick. Number 9. I'm gonna go. So this made my list because I feel like it should be on my list, but there's a lack of personal connection from me to this state, and that's why it's lower on my list. But it is a really cool state. I think a lot of cool people come out of this state. Um, a certain quarterback recently came out of the state and he's kind of killing it in the NFL. And
No way.
I'm talking about Louisiana State University, LSU. Bang, number 9.
So like the actual like
Louisiana State, the college university,
okay,
number 9.
interesting, interesting. Okay,
I was trying to decide
he's
which.
from Ohio though. He's from Ohio.
So I thought I was debating between Ohio State and Louisiana State. I knew one of the state colleges had to be on my list.
Okay,
I think LSU is just a little bit cooler. It's in a cooler actual location. The
yeah,
jerseys are cooler. The vibe's a little bit cooler. Ohio State's got the Midwestern, and it gets cold sometimes. I'd rather go to school at LSU than Ohio State. That's why it's higher on my
okay,
list. That's why it's on my list.
okay. Yeah, I mean, fun's cool. I mean, Joe Burrow, but not a big LSU guy. But I like Joe Burrow, so good pick. My number 9 is another actual state, and that is Hawaii. I
Ooh.
I think it kind of gets forgotten about it since it's not on the mainland. It's I don't even know how far away. Probably really far from me. I think it'd be higher on my list if it was closer or easier to get to for me. If it was just easier to travel to Hawaii and like I don't know, just go to Hawaii for once, it would be higher on my list. But if you look at pictures, it looks cool as hell. Like it just looks like a great place to live. They got volcanoes, like a lot of places have volcanoes. But yeah, it looks like just a fun place. Would definitely be a place that I want to go at least once in my life. It'd be cool to just say I've been to Hawaii. So yeah, and it's still cool that it's like so tropical and so extravagant. And it's also like part of the US. Like think about like, it's related to like Rhode Island, or like some, irrelevant states like Wyoming, you know.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, you
They're
meant. Go
they're
ahead.
one and the same, They're in the
Yeah.
same country.
Yeah, and you mentioned that some people forget about it. I forgot about it. I straight up forgot about Hawaii as I was going through my
Yeah.
list. That's probably a oversight by me, but that's a good pick. I like it. All right. My number 8. I'm also going to go the stereotypical route here. My first actual United States of America state. I'm going to go with Texas. Big old state, the big honker down south. Lot to do there. Weather's warm. Cool cities: Dallas, Austin, Houston, San Antonio. Lots of sports teams. Yeah. And what do they have? Like no state income tax. That's a cool thing, probably. Or
Oh, they
it's
do.
low, something like that.
You're thinking of Florida.
I think Texas is. I don't know. Whatever. Maybe I'm making that up. But yeah, Texas number 8. I just the big one. I think it just has a certain appeal to it that other states don't have. It has a certain vibe that other states can't really match. And I'm putting Texas on my number 8.
Yeah, it's a good pick. It's a good pick. Yeah, my number 8 is also another state, and it is Utah. I think it gets kind of slept on because of, I don't know, it's kind of, in a sense, irrelevant because it doesn't have a huge city. Like Salt Lake City's big, but it's not huge. It only has one professional sports team with the Jazz. I believe it doesn't have anything else. But I don't know. It's if you look at pictures, again, it is a beautiful state. It's got a lot of great mountains. It's in, close to Nevada, close to Colorado. It's right, right in there. But yeah, it's just a pretty state. I think it's slept on, underrated. And yeah, I'd for sure go to Utah.
So Utah's your number 8.
Yeah.
I really hope for your
Uh,
sake the rest of your list is actual states because I can easily name off the top of my head 7 cooler states than Utah.
well,
Name a
you
city. Name a city in Utah
I just said Salt Lake City,
besides
dumbass.
Salt Lake City.
I don't need to. Levi. No, Lehigh. Lehi. Utah. Or like,
Lehi?
yes,
No way.
that's a thing. I know because I applied a
Yeah.
job there. I applied
What?
a job there.
It's one of the
Yeah.
fastest growing cities in the country.
Yeah. And I was trying to spark that. I was trying to be a catalyst and help with that.
It
That's what I'm
looks like a
saying.
bunch of Mormons.
Well, that is what Utah is, but I don't discriminate
I'm not saying
race
I'm
and
all
or religion. So
right. All right.
Utah.
Lehigh,
If you live in Utah, comment right now how great
yeah.
of a state it is.
Shout out to our
Or just let us know you exist. Let us know, ask, like, make sure you're okay. We should make sure you're okay
I
if you
was
live in Utah.
gonna say, hey, we got some reach with these shows. I don't know if you heard the news. We're a top 100 comedy podcast in Greece.
Yeah, so how do you like what did you get like a notification?
Yeah,
What
I get like statistics and like certain charts that we make.
is it
And
like one episode was top 100 episode or
it's
what's
just like the podcast in general is charting in that country.
the Good Time Media?
So the People Person podcast, my podcast,
Oh, so like on Apple
charted.
Podcasts.
Yeah, it was charting
Okay.
in Greece for comedy interviews.
Interesting.
So shout out to all our Grecians out there. We love you. Shout out to all the wise guys out in Greece. We love them. We love you guys out there. So thanks for tuning in. But I think that's a bad pick, to be honest. I think it's a bad pick. You haven't a bad pick in a while, so it's fine. You were due, but
I mean, you put gas. I think Utah's better than gas in terms
I
of state.
yeah, but I had gas at 10.
Okay, well, I'm gonna find something that you're about to say that's probably worse than Utah. So
That's fair. Whatever. My number 7, I'm going with another state. This is one you and I know very well. I'm actually in it right now. You got out of it, loser. But I'm gonna go with the Hoosier State. I'm going Indiana. Listen, people, this is gonna go one of two ways when I put this graphic out. I'm gonna have Indiana people claiming it should be higher, and then I'll have non-Indiana people claiming that it should be anywhere near this list. Because if you're not from Indiana, you don't give a shit about Indiana. You know nothing about it. I think 7 is properly rated for this state. If I'm being unbiased, removing all biases, I think we got basketball. We do basketball different than anyone in the country. That's just a fact. That is a fact.
that
You
is
can't dispute that. Outside of that,
Motor Speedway.
I mean, yeah, Indy 500,
Just good people.
Michael Jackson.
Crossroads of America. Great airport. It's a great airport.
It is a good airport.
A lot of connecting flights.
Like 4th in corn. Good for us. So like we're not top of the top, but we do some things well. And by some things, I mean one thing, basketball. And basketball is important to the basketball is basically the backbone of this country, if you think about it, but don't think about it too hard. Indiana, number 7, lock it in.
Yep, good pick. Might be on my list, might not be. I try to do my list as unbiased as possible.
Yeah.
But yeah, my number 7 is my first non-state, non-US state, and that is the liquid state. I think it's the best out of the, gas, liquid, solid. But yeah, the liquid state. I mean, it's always like great to just make anything a solid, a liquid. Like making smoothies. Like smoothies, I think just in and of itself make the liquid state better than the solid state for me. Because even though smoothies are technically solids too, right?
That's tricky.
But they're they're mainly liquid. They got solid chunks in them sometimes, but they're mainly liquid. But yeah, smoothies are great. You got water. All kind of drinks are liquid. Like liquids are just fire. Like if there was like go all day with only liquids or only solids, I'm choosing liquids 10 times out of 10. 10 times out of 10. Liquids are awesome. So,
I I will
and it's
agree
a
with
cool word. It's a cool word. And it also means like, quick to make cash. That's what you were saying on your podcast the other day. You know the
mm-hmm.
word for it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Liquidity.
I was talking with Jenna on the bum, and
Mhm.
she said I was always free. And I said, no, there's a difference. My time is just liquid in the
Yeah.
sense where I can move stuff around a lot easier than some people can who go sit in an office 30 minutes away. I can move some stuff around if need be. So my time is liquid. I do like that. I can elaborate more later.
It's a fun word. It's a fun word too. Fun word to say.
My number 6, to piggyback off that in a way, I'm going with the one state of matter we have not talked about yet, and that would be the solid state. Now, solids are like the Caucasians of states of matter. Like, it's pretty bland and boring and basic and average. It's just like, yeah, you see another, but if you saw it, like, I don't know where I'm going with this.
I don't think you know where you're going with this either.
I was gonna extend the metaphor in places I couldn't even recover from. So I'm just gonna leave it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna leave it at that. It kind of made sense in my head when I first said it, though.
For the first 5 seconds, it did. For the
Yeah,
first 5 seconds.
yeah. So we'll just leave it at that. But solids are pretty basic. You kind of need them, like they're essentials, but like they don't do anything extraordinary. They're not gonna blow you away, but it'll get the job done.
Yeah.
Like it's the fundamentals of states of matter. Like it's the dribble down the court, take the layup. You're not getting the 360 dunk, which
Yeah.
kind of fits the Caucasian metaphor. Circle back to that. But yeah, I think solid. That's my number 2. It's slightly ahead of gas just because I can see solids. So I'm gonna go 6 solid.
See, I think that's a solid pick.
Nice.
Yeah, sorry, I had to say that. It's a solid pick, but honestly, like that's all it is. It's like a solid pick. Like it's nothing like top 10. I don't think it's. That's why I didn't crack my list, just because like, oh, it's just nothing special about a solid. I think. I think liquids are more special. But nonetheless, I digress. My number 6 is, you already said it, Texas. I think it's not really a slept-on state. It's obviously a huge state in terms of size, but like think about like the big cities you have in Texas. You got Austin, which is a huge up-and-coming city. You got San Antonio, Dallas, Houston.
El
Like there's just,
Paso.
oh, sure, yeah,
Yeah.
and like great. You got a lot of great colleges. You talk about like college basketball. There's a lot of good college basketball. There's a lot of good college football in Texas. Like there's a lot of stuff in Texas because it's so fucking huge. And so yeah, Texas has got a lot to offer. So I feel like they have to crack the top 10 just from pure size and pure, and like it's like, isn't it really like cheap to like have a nice house in Texas? I'm pretty sure it's really like,
Well, yeah, there's just so much land. You would
yeah,
think it's a little cheaper, but it probably depends where, like any
yeah,
state.
yeah. But yeah, Texas.
Good pick.
Number
Good.
6.
I'm gonna go back to the state category, or the United States, that is, and I'm gonna go with. I think this is the last one on my list. So basically, my top U.S. state, and it's the getaway state where we go from the other states, from Indiana, where when I want to get away, guess where I go? I go to Florida, and I'm picking Florida as my number 5, not as a permanent residence, not as I want to live the rest of my life, as I want to go visit this place. A little local, um, what's the word for connect it's basically our Hawaii, because we're not just
Yeah.
going to Hawaii.
Yep.
It's the continental Hawaii. I'm not traveling all the way, but like you can kind of scrounge together a cheap trip to Florida if you wanted to. And I think that's most people go to spring break, beaches, weather, crazy people, which keeps stuff interesting. Everyone talks about crazy Florida headlines, keeps things interesting. It's the Sunshine State. Everyone wants to go. Is it the Sunshine State?
Yep.
Okay, yeah, Sunshine State. Stand by that. It's a cool state. It's my number 1. It's a place I want to go. I want to go to Florida right now because it's about to snowstorm here, and I'm not looking forward to it.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, we're getting like 5 to 8 inches to not to like tomorrow night through Wednesday.
It's supposed to snow here. Oh yeah, it's supposed to snow Wednesday. Hmm. Well, hopefully it's not that bad. It's a good pick. That's actually crazy. You said that. My number 5 is also Florida. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, but
We need like a cool graphic for when you have the same pick. Just like
like nice
nice,
pick.
nice, great tag. Nice, nice.
Base under attack. Red
The
team
team defend your
retreat.
pick.
Base. Dude, I haven't played laser tag in so long. Oh my
Great.
God, that'd be so much fun.
So much fun.
Yeah, but Florida, like you were saying, it's a good place to get away to. I would live there. I 100% would. For a bit. I don't think it could be a permanent residence, but I'd live there for a year or two, maybe three,
I
you
can
know,
retire.
and
I could
or
see retirement.
yeah, or retire. I have heard the rumor that like Florida's supposed to be like underwater by like 2060. Have you heard that with like the way the like
Yeah.
erosion's going? It's supposed to like Miami's supposed to be like non-existent in like 20 years. I don't know if that's true, but like I believe all those little things. And
Yeah.
so but it's cool. Yeah, no income tax is huge. But yeah, Florida's a cool place to live. Um, yeah.
It would be kind of cool if it's like underwater. No offense to everyone who lives in Florida.
Yeah, kind of like Atlantis.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be just like that.
Because like if we know it now, that's gonna be
We could
underwater. We can start building like
build a dome.
a dome.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Imagine driving in from like Georgia or whatever state is right there, and you just drive in a dome and you go down a ramp, and all of a sudden just
There's sharks and just a bunch of creatures.
dude, that'd be sick. I'm in.
And then everybody that lives in Florida has like turned into a fish and they're all mermaids
It's like
and mermans.
the Black Panther people. We look like that.
Never seen Black Panther.
Yeah, you did. I saw it with you, right?
I've never seen Black Panther.
No,
I'm
I saw it with Rye. Never mind.
yeah.
Um,
I've been bad with Marvels the past 6 years.
it's actually pretty good.
Yes.
But what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, when you say like you believe it just because you saw it on the internet, I kind of came on that fact today. During the bum, Jake and I were talking. It's so much easier just to like believe everything you see on the internet. It shouldn't be our job to sit there and figure out what's right or wrong. Just believe it. Who cares?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna believe it. Most stuff. I mean, I honestly probably subconsciously believe most of the stuff anyways, unless it's blatantly false. If there's something with some truth to it, I'm probably gonna believe it. And that's just
Yeah.
it's a bad habit, I guess. But at this point, I'm kind of giving into it.
Yeah.
All right. My number 4, right?
Yeah.
All right. So this one's a little tricky, but I'm going to take it anyways. That's my number 4. This is actually came to mind very late. It was kind of a buzzer beater. It was my 9th thing, and then I got my 10th after the buzzer. I'm taking the Jason Aldean song "Fly Over States." It's a great song.
Multiple.
That's where I can say it's tricky.
It's illegal.
That's where I in the graphic I'll make sure I write state parenthesis S parenthesis.
New producer Lizzie, can we get a rule check? I believe that is illegal.
You've let me get away with quite the stretches on
That's
this
true.
show. If
That's
we're gonna
true.
draw the line at plurality, then we got some bigger issues.
Something to think about. For the future.
I agree. That's why I said it would be tricky, but
Asterisk.
asterisks, it's plural. But yeah, it does cover it. Indiana's any song that can mention Indiana by name goes up in my book. Great song. Jason Aldean's one of his better songs. Maybe see Amarillo Sky is up there for him. The other songs he sings.
Tractor, beer.
Yeah, that one. And Flyover States is up there. So I think it's a phenomenal song. It's a good karaoke song as well. Everyone needs more karaoke songs in their back pocket. People can kind of belt that. He doesn't have like a crazy high register, tough notes to really hit. You kind of belt it and still feel comfortable. So yeah, Flyover States, number 4.
Okay.
Shout out to Mr. Aldean.
Yep. Okay, that's a good pick. My number 4 is also not a really U.S. state, but it is sober. The sober state. Just being sober. Yeah, being sober is, getting drunk is fun. all that's fun, but also being sober is like really cool and like really productive and like, just a good state to be in. When I think of the word state, the first thing that came to mind was sober state. Like you're in that state that
This
you're sober.
I won't say anything more, but this feels like a setup pick.
How is it a setup?
I feel like I don't want to say anymore because I don't want to mooch a pick, but I feel like you're setting yourself up for another pick.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
we'll
We'll
leave
leave
it
it
at
at that. We'll leave it at that, and we'll
Leave it
see
at
if
that.
I'm right. Everyone listening knows what I'm talking about, so we'll see.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Okay. My number 3 is actually kind of similar to what you just said. Interestingly enough, I think they use this phrase in Inception a lot. I could be wrong or like little Mandela effect here, but just the dream state. Being in a state of dreaming where you're in like it's so weird that your brain can conjure up this fantasy land in your brain and then you forget it when you wake up, but when you're in the dream state, everything's so real and vibrant and cool. And it's kind of it's an out of body experience, really, when you think about it. And I think it's a really cool thing that our brains can do. And it's just a testament to how cool the human body is. And dreams are sick. So unless they're bad, but even the fact that your brain can create nightmares is kind of a cool thing.
Yeah.
So shout out to dreams and nightmares. Dream state number 3.
Dreams and Nightmares. Great song. That's a good pick. My number 3 is a U.S. state. I'm not going to say if it's my last U.S. state or not, but it is Colorado. I think in of itself, I don't know how it was not on your list. I think it's absolutely beautiful. It's not even just that. I mean, almost there's like 15 states about that, now. It was just the first. But I've been to like 6 different cities in Colorado in the span of a week, but it's beautiful. It's just a beautiful state. Okay.
I'm done. I'm
Um,
done.
but yeah, it's a beautiful state. Denver's a cool city. Um, and yeah, it's just when you think of just like great states, it's like the first thing that came to mind. It's just Colorado would be cool. I don't think I'd really like to live in Colorado. I wouldn't hate to live in Colorado, but it's just a little far from me. But it's a beautiful place to go, beautiful place to visit. And yeah, I for sure want to go back.
I thought about this one. I deliberated on this one a little bit. I'm it's very beautiful, and that's
Yep.
the biggest perk. I'm not a big snow sport guy. As very almost zero appeal to
Okay.
me, so it's lower on my list. But I almost cracked it just because of how like cool it looks, and
Yeah.
just like to go hiking and stuff like that would be really cool. But I know another big appeal of the state is like skiing and all this stuff, snowboarding, all that stuff doesn't really do it for me. So just missed my list, but I do like the pick. I can appreciate that. My number 2. I said the phrase backbone of this country before, and I'll say it again for
Okay.
this one.
Okay.
This is
It's
this is a state that really sums up what this country is all about. Literally, it sums up what's going on in this country. It is a speech that addresses the state of the union. This is the State of the Union address. Bada bing, bada boom. Lock it in. Number 2. It's a good pick, Wyatt.
Okay. Wyatt, my question for you is, what time of year do they deliver the State of the Union address?
Isn't it coming up? Is it end of January?
My question for you, because I have no fucking idea.
I'm almost
Because I
positive.
don't care. I won't know until the day of. I guarantee that I won't know till the day of, and I probably won't watch it. I will probably watch a few memes of it that come out on Twitter after, maybe some TikToks of it, of Joe Biden inevitably be like
Yeah. Okay.
blundering some shit. What?
February 7th. I knew it was coming up because I'm on top of my shit. State of the Union.
Yeah,
But also a big part of it, like you just mentioned, is the memes and all the funny stuff
memes.
that come out of it that you can't overlook. You can't overlook the memes.
Yeah, but I do think the best State of the Union is right after the inauguration of the new president every 4 years or 8.
Mm-hmm.
But like the first State of the Union, I think,
Yeah.
especially. especially cool, but it doesn't crack my list. It's just once a year for an hour that you
It's just
barely
important.
watch.
It's important. It's a very
I
important speech.
I guess is it that important though? Is like am I going to learn anything that I didn't already know?
No,
Maybe. I don't
but
know.
I don't know. Just feels important to like,
Yeah.
like sometimes you have to just like have a huddle, even if nothing is said. Sometimes you need, like the crowd's gotten into it a little bit. You're the away team, just call a timeout just to like collect
Yeah.
yourself. That's the State of the Union.
I guess. I guess so.
It's just a huddle.
You know what? I'll watch it this year just because you put it number two.
I won't. I probably won't.
Okay.
Let me know how it goes.
I will. I will. My number two is the state of mind. Yep.
Okay.
State of mind.
All right.
Take it as you will. It's got a lot of meanings to it. State of mind. Because it's good to just think. Sometimes it's good to just like sit there and like think to yourself and have conversations with yourself and just be in that state of mind. Just I'm just in a state of mind. I'm just thinking. So
But I feel like you can also be in like negative states of mind. Like it's very
there's good and bads
broad.
but there's good and bads to everything, Wyatt. There's
I
there's pros and cons to everything in life.
I
State of
could
Union address is not always sunshines and rainbows. State of
I
mind.
I'm
Sometimes
not pushing back.
yes, the state of mind is not all sunshines and rainbows. Sometimes it's
Yeah.
cloudy skies and not rainbows.
Yeah. I
You
mean, I
know,
was gonna say because we say it every episode. It's not top 10 best states. It's not top 10 worst states. It's just top 10 states. Take it
yep.
holistically. Um, that's where we get in trouble a lot with people. They think, oh, we're ranking the best. No, we're ranking top. That's it. As holistically and whole as we possibly can. I do actually like the pick. I will say that. I like the pick. My
Thank you.
number one, at this point, you can probably guess it if you were paying attention.
Liquid.
It is liquid. Liquid number one.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
It is the
Okay.
most versatile of all of the states of matter. It's very cool. It's essential for the human being to exist. If liquids didn't exist, we couldn't pump blood, we couldn't drink water, we would die. 100% die. And yeah, it's versatile. You got oceans, you got drinking stuff, you got, I don't know. I'm looking around, I see candle wax. That's cool when it melts, gets hot. That's cool. It's just
Yeah.
versatile. It's everywhere. And it's fun to make, like you said, with the solids, it's fun to make solids liquid.
But like for candles, what you smell is like when
It's
it's the
gas.
gas.
I
Yeah.
agree. I was just
Okay.
looking
Just
around
checking.
looking for,
Just
yeah,
checking.
I was just looking around looking for solids. Baja Blast, that's a top liquid. Um beer. Beer's a liquid.
We should add liquids to a topic idea.
Yeah.
Just liquids.
I feel like we've done that.
Have we? It does sound familiar too.
I'll have to double
Now that
check
you
the
said it.
spreadsheet. Java House Coffee, the best coffee in the business. Promo code good time 10. Bang 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 bang. Go to get some right now.
Oh, did I tell you I had it for the first time?
You did? How'd you like it?
Yeah, I loved it. I had the which was one of their specialty ones. I had
The
one of their latte.
Tedster?
No, it was I don't know, some vanilla, some girly drink, obviously.
But
Good latte.
it
It
was
was, it was, it was
fantastic,
a
right?
fantastic latte. Fantastic latte. It's
There
got
we
my
go.
stamp of approval.
There we
100%.
go. There we go. And it's a liquid as well. So that's my number
It is.
one.
Yes.
Liquids.
All right. My number one. Did not think this through.
This is tough.
You see that right there? You see that? That's the Indiana Pacers because my number one is Indiana. All right. Yeah.
You left.
It doesn't matter. That just makes me appreciate it more. That's what yeah, makes me appreciate it more. If you know me, I have pride in my city and my state, and I have pride in Fishers, Indiana, and I have pride in Indiana as a whole. The Hoosier State is on top. It is the best state. I have, I just, growing up there, I know if you're not from Indiana, you don't care. I get that, but you just got to know that Indiana people are different. They're nicer, they're cooler, they're just like way smarter. We're just better at a lot of things. We don't have a lot of famous people, but like we're cool. Like Midwestern hospitality is pretty much just saying like, oh, Indiana hospitality is the same thing. You know, it's gonna, it's got, high school basketball, best thing in the, it's great. College basketball. What's better than the IU Purdue rivalry? Nothing, nothing. Um, Indiana, it's just the best. And no moving away from it, moving to a shitty ass state in Illinois. No offense.
So you looked like you were about to be like hunted down. Like shitty ass state.
Lori Leffert, the mayor of Chicago, is just like eyeing me down somewhere.
Yeah.
No, but Indiana's a great state. It makes you appreciate it more. And yeah, you always, I mean, I love my home state. I've got so much, so much pride, and I'm not like super homesick, but like I love my home, love my home. It's where I came from, where I was raised, born and raised. And I know I say I don't do these lists with bias, but it's hard not to when it's top 10 states and your home state's one of the options. Got to put number one. Couldn't imagine putting anywhere else.
I can appreciate the loyalty. I really can. I think if you looked at like subjectively, it'd probably be way up there for me. I went the objective route. You went which is fine, which is your list.
I want to object with every other pick, but I just can't not put Indiana one. I just can't. I can't. I don't have it in me.
And that it'll be interesting to see how that fares in the poll to see if we had got that heavy Indiana crowd who is pro your list, or maybe we get the Grecians who are listening to my podcast and every other state. Maybe they vote for my list. So that is our top 10 Tuesday, top 10 states. If you have ideas for other topics you want us to add to the wheel, go ahead, comment them, DM us, whatever you want. Shout out to Lizzie for producing. I don't know what her role this week's going to be. She's just kind of starting out, so we'll see. But shout out to Lizzie for producing and handling that stuff. And go vote. The poll will be live on Instagram. And Michael, thanks for coming on as always.
Of course. Let us know how you like the new mic, the new audio setup. I call it the retro TikTok setup, because everybody on TikTok seems to used to have this.
They're always talking, people like breaking down comic books. They're like, as you can see, blah blah blah. I don't know. That's just the side of TikTok. That's the TikTok I'm on.
You're on comic book TikTok,
dude. I'm on weird TikToks, dude. I can't even explain it. I'm also deep into this guy called, I've shouted him out on 3 different shows today, Mr. Nostalgia on YouTube. He posts like these 6-hour videos exploring like different like Disney Channel shows. Like I watched one yesterday about Sunny with a Chance, and it was like 3 hours long. It was awesome.
Never really watched Sunny with a Chance growing up, but I did recently watch a few episodes of Zora 101 super hungover with some of my friends like a month or 2 ago. So there you go. Great show.
Well, yeah, free shout out to Mr. Nostalgia. He's doing great things. We will see you all next week for Top 10 Tuesday, and we'll see you tomorrow for The Bum with Jake, 5 p.m. Eastern, as always. Thanks, guys. Love y'all. Peace. Pace. I keep saying pace like I'm in Texas.
Pace.
Pace.